beautiful Cancerians, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career reading for the end of March right through to the end of April 2022. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram or Patreon. I'll never ask you for your credit card details and I'll never ask you for personal details either. So if anyone masquerading as me asks you for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Cancerians, I'm doing this reading on the 20th of March 2022 and it's good right through to the 20th of April. We will have a very strong feeling of that Virgo full moon where you will get a little extra boost of energy to think and process your career, but also feel really industrious, like you really want to get out there and start something new, okay? At first, you may have felt a little bit lethargic, a little bit like you're shedding some old energy there, but then that Virgo full moon really kicks in the next day or so, actually, where you'll actually feel some movement forward in your career. Now also this time is when you may feel a little bit more critical about your journey, so do watch out for that and make sure you are shifting any negative self-talk and feel compassion for yourself. But let's see what is happening in your career. The first card we have is the Lovers, okay? So some big choices going on in your career, but also there's a yearning. There's a yearning for something, and we've got the Judgment here as well. And the Emperor. So a lot of success here, but I feel like you're questioning your path a little bit. We're going to go deeper and find out a little bit more before I read your cards and your energy. Oh wow, that's quite precise. They've decided these are the cards that you are meant to see. So we've got the Ace. Wow, we've got the Ace of Wands. We've got the Five of Cups. We've got the Fool card. Five of Wands. Five of Swords. A lot of fives in your reading. We've got Two of Pentacles. Three of Swords. Eight of Swords and Eight of Wands. So a lot of critical thinking going on, and that could be because of that Virgo full moon. I was really feeling it in your energy. So let's get straight to it. We've got the Lovers card, okay? Now this is your protagonist energy. So there is a yearning here. Perhaps there's a yearning to change the status quo. Perhaps you've been feeling like you're in a bit of a rut. Maybe you're in a bit of a repetitive cycle where you feel like it's Groundhog Day. It's like a habit, you know. You're committing yourself and dedicating yourself to your goals and dreams, but there's a yearning for something other. Perhaps you've been feeling, you know, that there's been all work and no play, and you're trying to find that balance between the two, because the Lovers card is all about unification, loving what you do. And I feel like, you know, the Ace of Wands covering this card indicates that there's something new coming into your world. Passion, drive. I feel like you're trying to create a little bit more exciting energy, or being a little bit more creative in your sort of work sector, to take the initiative to start something new, something brilliant is what I'm feeling here. But I feel like perhaps you've felt with that Five of Wands, you've been either waiting for the right moment or training to do something and be in the right space to do it. So, I mean, this could be, there could be like, because we've got Two of Pentacles here, this could be duality. I'm getting duality energy. So this could be that you're perhaps working in like a 9-to-5 job, you know, paying bills, etc., etc. But it's not where your heart truly comes alive. There is like a secondary stream of income here that you would try to engage your heart, your passion, your talent, and it will bring more money in. Now, that's not going to be for everyone, but I feel with that Two of Pentacles, it's very strong energy in your reading. And although a Two of Pentacles is actually a minor arcana card, it is a very important pinnacle card, because this Two of Pentacles indicates you need to find that balance between work and play and be adaptable in your surroundings to make sure that you have time for you, okay? So I feel like you're trying to engage your heart, maybe revitalize or regenerate your energy. I feel like you're replenishing your spirits in some way with the Lover's card, okay, in terms of your career. Now, some of you may be thinking about going into business with another person, because the Lover's card can be a partnership card, but I feel this is more for your energy. This is more about creativity, desire, you know, what really sort of makes your heart sing, where you feel you completely belong in your career, and that passion. You may have felt recently that it's been I feel push and pull with your reading. So it's almost like you know what you need to do and you're really passionate about what you need to do, but then there's this extra part that may drain your energy, where you feel either getting started is the issue, or you're already started and you're feeling very heavy energy. It's like going through mud. It feels like it's a slow process, okay? But you are on the right path, because we've got the Emperor here and we've got the Judgment card. So I feel, although you're asking bigger philosophical questions about your career, I feel you're going to get the answers that you need in order to push yourself forward. We've got that Ace of Wands, so there's definitely something new coming on in here for you. So for example, you know, there may be some choice between work commitments going on. If you've got 2 jobs, for example, or a couple of streams of income, you may be trying to spin all the plates, put your time and your energy to each one in equal measure, and it may lead you to have a little bit of burnout, or maybe it's because we've got the 5 of Swords here, it's making you a little bit tense. Okay, I'm just getting like you don't have much time for you. Now, that may be that you've got other responsibilities, for example, family responsibilities, or you know, other work commitments, or you're looking after perhaps maybe children, or because we got the Emperor here. This is all about responsibility, and it's almost like you feel responsibility or pulled in another direction, where you have to focus on something else sometimes, and it's not always the thing that you truly want to focus on. But that's all about to change, okay? Now, the Ace of Wands is some sort of offer coming on in. The universe is sort of navigating an offer. Now, whether this is an offer to give you time or a spark of vision or brilliance, you know, that sort of sudden idea that's passionate, and it gives you that boost of energy to focus on your goals and dreams. But the Ace of Wands is about success, an urge to create something. If you're ever asking if you're on the right path, because the Judgment card is like a question, am I really on the right path? Is this really what I want to do? You may be looking back at how far you've come in your career, where you're at right now, and where you want to go, and the next steps to take in order to get you to where you want to go. The Ace of Wands is like a powerful transformation card, where you're getting this boost, and this is the time to dream big, because it says you can accomplish anything you set out to do. This card really is about inspiring yourself and turning your dreams into reality. Okay, so you have the confidence and the daring to try something new, or to reimagine what you're doing already in a way where you can actually you know, achieve the thing that you set out to do. Now, success looks differently for everybody, so you know, please apply it to your situation. But the Ace of Wands is you know, normally in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, or in most decks, you have like a hand of the universe coming on in with a wand. It's almost like they're sending you like a sudden idea that's like, wow, that's incredible. I really should contemplate this a bit more, and then just get out there and take action on it. Or it can mean that suddenly an offer appears. So for example, if you've been putting out your resume and you've been looking for a creative job, or you're looking to use your imagination and your passion a little bit more in your current workspace, suddenly you know, there is an opportunity to do so. So it may be that suddenly there is a promotion or a raise, or suddenly you know, there is an exciting job offer that just sort of lands in your email box or in your post or something like that. So I feel like there's something from the universe that you've been longing for. You're attracting it towards you, okay? And that's going to show up in the next 4 to 5 weeks. Now, the 5 of Wands is an interesting one, because the 5 of Wands is all about it's about creative brainstorming when you apply it to yourself. This is about, you know, honoring that we have different ideas that sometimes are like completely left field, out of the park kind of ideas, and they're the ones to hold on to, because that sets you apart from everybody else. That shows your originality, your creativity. You're a problem solver, Cancer, and you're the sort of person who you know, can go to that left field kind of thought process, and it's really something that will be very, very successful. The Five of Wands at its grassroots is about being in training. You know, the figures on the card traditionally on the Rider-Waite Tarot, they're not fighting, they're actually in training for success. And the next card is the Six of Wands, which is success. So you are in training for something that you're going to be very, very successful at, and you're being given a boost of energy in order to process that and move forward. I mean, if you've been feeling that things have been a bit competitive recently, or you feel like there's a lot of rivalry within your sector, it's because you're good at what you do. You know, there would never be that sort of challenge if you weren't good at what you do, because nobody would see you as somebody to compete against, okay? You would just not be in the mix, but you're totally in the mix. And this is you actually, you know, having that sort of intuition to stimulate you and sort of like boost your energy to go after a big dream within your career, and you will achieve it. Okay, because you've got the Emperor here. This is about creative planning, or this is about strategy. This is about, you know, being successful, but creating a structure or a plan of how to get there. The Emperor is all about power, okay? Now you've got it in the resistance position, which means sometimes, you know, a little bit of fear takes away your power. So they're indicating the Five of Swords. Sometimes you may sabotage yourself. And now we all do it. I'm not pointing a finger at you. Sometimes we all talk ourselves out of, you know, going after something because we always think, oh, maybe we won't achieve it, maybe we'll fail, you know, all of those things. But I feel this tension or this conflict can also be used for good, because it can show you that actually it means a lot to you. So therefore, when things mean a lot to us, we start to think of what if we fail, and it becomes something, you know, that we're worried about, because the thing that we want to achieve is so important to us, okay? You know, we always fear as humans, this human psyche always fears the things, losing the things that we care about the most, okay? So sometimes that can make us do things that we are, that actually get in our own way, especially since we got two fives here. I mean, you got triple five, you got 3 5s here in total, and that tells me that there's a lot of you're pushing boundaries is what they're giving me. You're pushing boundaries, and when you start to push boundaries and come out of comfort zones, we start to fear that we may lose out in some way, or something that we're going after we're going to lose out on. But that's just robbing you of your power. They just want you to be aware that you're more powerful than you think you are. Some of you are thinking about being entrepreneurs, going after your own business and setting up in a sort of solitary manner, and it will grow exponentially. And some of you are worried about that process, feeling like a lot will be changing. Now, as a water element, you are fluid, so you are the sort of person who can be flexible, but because of your nature, sometimes change is a very disruptive process. So I feel sometimes it can make you rethink and then rethink until you come into analysis paralysis. That's what a Five of Swords is, analysis paralysis, okay? So just be mindful of that. Now, the Five of Cups teaches us not to look back, because if we continue looking back at something that we felt we lost out on, whether it was a career opportunity, whether it was, you know, a relationship, then we actually sort of rob ourselves of the ability to see what is coming before us, what is the good stuff that is yet to come, okay? So they actually want you to sort of turn your attention to what you're set to gain in the situation rather than what you're set to lose, okay? That is the challenge for the month ahead, to, you know that you're more powerful than you realize, and that if you actually change the way that you think, because thoughts become things, you will see what you're set to win, rather than what you are set to lose, for example. So the Emperor says you will be very, very successful, but there's part of you that may feel like it's not the right time, or you're waiting for the right time because you're in training. You will know when the right time is, but the Emperor says you're guaranteed success, okay? As long as you set a plan in motion, you have what it takes to use that power within your world and, you know, govern the next part of your journey. You're a natural born leader, my beautiful Cancerians, because not only do you have the smarts, the talent, you know, the passion, and, you know, the dream, because, you know, you're a water element, you can, you know, use your imagination to dream things to life, but you're also caring. You'd be a wonderful boss or a leader in some way, or, you know, an entrepreneur, because you have such a beautiful, gentle way about you. That doesn't mean that when the, you know, it comes up against fight or flight, that you couldn't like stand your ground. And, you know, and boy, you know, I've had an argument with a Cancerian before, and I know that you don't cross that boundary, because they don't want to go there, but you do have the temperament to actually, you know, have a bit of a temper. I mean, everybody does, but I feel you're so you're more of a non-judgmental peacemaker. You're diplomatic, you're caring, you're intuitive, you're an empath. So I feel like you understand people. So that is why you would be perfect as someone who either runs their own business, or someone who is a person in a leadership position or has more responsibility, because you care. And that's the most important element about you, because you care, okay? And that's why you've got 5s here. You care so much about things and people and your career that sometimes it makes you a bit of a worrywart, okay? That's what they're giving me with that, okay? So look at what you're set to gain rather than what you're set to lose, okay? Because that is the challenge here. Now, we've got the Judgment card. Now, the Judgment card is weighing up your options. So again, we've got the Choice card, and we've got the Judgment, which means you're at this fork in the road position in your career where you're about to take the next step in something. Now, this could be you getting clarity and making final decisions about your next move in your career. But the Judgment card in the unified energy, which is the outcome energy, tells me that you're on the right path. You're on your life's purpose path, or you're receiving downloads from spirit about your true prosperity and your true calling. And I feel you're listening. That's the most important thing. You're listening to your guides, and they're renewing your energy. It's almost like you're awakening. You're examining what's the next part of your journey, but you're getting revelations as to how to move forward. Listen to the signs. They're saying, listen to the signs. Now, also, the Judgment card is about your power. Okay, and your higher power at that. So not only have you got the physical, you know, 3D kind of power within the earthly world, you've also got a higher power that is governing you. So they're indicating that, you know, it's like you cannot fail as long as you believe in you. Because if you don't believe in you, who's going to believe in you, my beautiful Cancerians? I see a lot of success coming towards you, but I see some sort of either leap of faith. I know they always say that, but I feel a new path is opening up to you in your career. So some of you are actually contemplating a move within your career. Perhaps you're, you know, secretly putting your resume out there, trying to get a new opportunity to earn more money or take a next creative step that sees you climbing the ladder. Some of you may actually be starting a fresh new sector, you know, with that Ace of Wands there and the Fool card. This could be something that's completely brand new for you that you're really excited about, that you've been training for a while. So some of you may actually have been taking courses online, and I feel like you're weighing up the next part, as it were, as you move through a blueprint almost that you've created for yourself. Sometimes when we're weighing things up, that's when we get in that analysis paralysis stage, because we never want to make a wrong move. And I feel you using your intuition shows that you will find the right way. The Fool card indicates you're taking a gamble, or you're opening yourself up to an adventure here. You're beginning. And also with the Fool card, this is such an important card because it is about you seeing your potential, recognizing that, you know, you have infinite potential to be successful, and that as long as you have faith and trust that the universe is going to meet you halfway, anything is possible, okay? The Fool starts the journey of life with no expectation. You know, you can have a plan and say, well, I hope that this is how the plan goes, but have no attachment to the outcome. And then you watch the universe bring you exactly what you need in the end, which is the Eight of Wands, a move, some sort of great news. This is a good news card. This is about things taking a move in a quick direction. These are quick changes there. But the Eight of Swords is a reminder not to get stuck in the analysis paralysis, okay? The Fool card is take that leap. You've got this, and the universe has got your back as well. You have so much potential. So I feel I just get this energy of a new path opening up to you, and whilst that is really wonderful, you may be wondering, is this the right move for me? I mean, some of you may have a creative idea where you're like, I really want to be my own boss one day, and you know, I'm exploring all these wonderful creative ideas, and one that's really like hits the jackpot sort of strikes you, and you just run with it, and you know, all of a sudden you're a business owner, and you know, it's becoming incredibly, you know, it's expanding. And with this Two of Pentacles, though, it is a reminder to keep balanced. And now, balance is important because you need a balanced view, especially if you're having a little bit of worry or you're thinking or overthinking things. They want you to be aware that keeping that balance between being logical and not letting the fear overcome the outcome is important. Also, the Two of Pentacles is about, you know, it can be about two streams of income, so you'd be doing a lot of multitasking. I'm not going to lie to you, my beautiful Cancerians, it looks like you're going to be busy, okay? Not just busy of the physical sense, but busy in the mind. So I feel this is about you spinning all the plates successfully, okay? The Two of Pentacles is that reminder, though, that with that balance, you do need work and play. So you need to remember that building a foundation, you need to sort of have some time for you, okay? So make sure you've got a pocket of time for you, especially if you've got a lot of responsibility going on in all areas of your life. You can feel sometimes like you're on that treadmill where you're completely exhausted and you're like, oh, I got no time for me, okay? And it starts to breed resentment and things like that, because you start to, and that's just human nature. When we always feel a little bit like with a heavy load, we start to feel resentment for certain parts of our life. And Spirit wants you to be aware to make that time for you and let go of anything that you feel is weighing you down, okay? Now, we've also got a Three of Swords and an Eight of Swords. So there's something here about loss or walking away from something. Now, what's really interesting, because they just said to me, silver lining. Okay, silver lining when I touch this card. So, and I always kind of sort of explain this card as a bit of a silver lining, because the Three of Swords, it can mean that something needs to be let go of in order to achieve something better, something greater. So some of you could be walking away from a position that you have been in for a while, but you feel you're not creatively stretched, or you feel you cannot express yourself within that space. And whilst, you know, you may feel like this is a new milestone in your career, it really is like a silver lining, because it's a natural departure where you're rejecting something in order to move on to something new. You're being guided by Spirit here with something new. Now, just as I knocked the water there, they showed me an image of a red car. So either you have a red car, or you're just listening to me, this reading, as you're driving in your red car, or you've been just sitting in a cafe or something and you just saw a red car pass. They just show me a red car. Like normally they show me something to do with it. Either you're purchasing it or you're changing a tire or something like that. But they're actually just showing me the red car. Okay, so please take it as it resonates. I mean, I'm going to pull a card on the Three of Swords and the Eight of Swords, because they're indicating, especially with that Five of Cups and the Five of Swords in your resistance position, there's something here that you feel like you are missing out on, or you missed out on, like a missed opportunity, whether it was a promotion or raise, or some sort of financial opportunity that you felt did not go your way. They're indicating this fear of loss is the thing that is actually making you have that analysis paralysis. I mean, Cancerians, you may not have lost anything. You may not have lost out on anything, but because it's such a big move in your career, or you're doing something different that's out of your comfort zone, it could be the fear of loss, because this is basically about self-imposed restrictions due to fear, isolating yourself because you're feeling a little bit cut off right now, that you have to think about things. And you know, the Three of Swords is like, but what if I lose? Or I have the potential here to do something different, but how will this affect me long term? And because we've got this here, it's like it's robbing you of power. So I feel like they want you, in order to move forward, you have to leave all that behind, and that's when the really good news comes in. The Eight of Swords is a climax. Something reaches a climax with speed in your career. Some really good news comes in. This is beautiful news, and it's you being in the flow of change. Okay, when you get the Eight of Wands, this could also be travel. So it could be that you're doing something new and you're moving on to something new, and you're arriving at the destination you were always meant to be at, and now the adventure actually starts actually starts and energizes you. So I'm just going to pull some cards on that before we move forward. This particular 4 to 5 weeks seems to be about you sort of contemplating something, trying to weigh up and, you know, power up in some way in your career to make a certain decision. And there is an offer that's coming on in here for you that may have spun you off into taking a leap of faith in your world. Now, this is totally unrelated, but they're showing me someone doing some DIY. So either DIY is sort of significant, as in you're going to be an entrepreneur, set up your own business, and you're doing it yourself, for example. Maybe it's that. But they're actually showing me someone doing some DIY around your home. Perhaps that's what you do, or that's what you're trying to do. Maybe you're trying to get into property renovation, or you're going into real estate in order to create passive income, or you're just doing up your home because you feel it needs a spruce or something like that. But they're just showing me in the water because I'm scrying at the same time as doing your reading. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. We've got the Knight of Swords. So there's a real change here, but the Knight of Swords indicates news is coming on in fast. Also, when you get the Knight of Swords, this is about bravery. This is about courage. This is about momentum. You're a warrior or a warrioress. And I feel like, you know, this is you making radical changes in your career. So I feel when things start to go fast, we start to worry that, oh, this is going a bit too quick for my liking. So just be a little bit mindful that things, especially around about mid-April, are going to start kicking off for you, because there's some really great news coming on in that allows you to make these radical changes. Now, swords are all about the mind as well. The Hierophant, the 3. Okay, so there could be, now this is not going to resonate for everyone because they're giving me a certain percentage of energy. So there could be some personal issue that you're trying to deal with right now that's sort of making you worry about career as well. And it could be, because we've got the Hierophant here, the Hierophant can be a marriage card. So perhaps if you're married or in a high level commitment and things are a little bit distressing in your relationship right now, or you're going through some sort of, I mean, the Hierophant is in the upright. So I feel like you're learning about letting go of things. This could be a lesson that you're learning. But for some of you out there, and it's not everyone because they're giving me a small percentage, some of you may be dealing with a separation or a marriage that is causing a lot of sorrow right now, or a higher level of commitment, a relationship that's causing a lot of sorrow right now, and you're finding it very, it's almost put you in a spin where you're thinking about your career and where you're at. It's giving you that big philosophical, what's the point, or what's the, you know, what's my purpose in the world kind of questions. But I feel like you're making big changes that are actually going to see you either walk away from something that you've always done, like a rigid system thing, something that's tried to control you, or I feel like you're learning about your fear of loss. That's what I'm getting, Cancerians. Like, it's like this is a lesson. You know, this can be a lesson, a learning curve. And we've got the 3 of Swords. So again, they keep coming up with this 3 of Swords where you're learning about letting go of things that no longer serve you. Now, Cancerians, again, don't shoot the messenger. When you think about the crab, because they're showing me right now a crab in the sand, okay? And they're showing me a crab that is holding on to something and never lets go. Okay, it's like, you know, the crab's got those little pincers and they hold on tight. So I feel like there's something here that you may be holding on tight to, is the image they're giving me. And it could be that they're saying, let it go, because there's something greater, there's something better for you. It's almost like the universe sends us signs that we've got to let go of things. And when we do not notice the signs or red flags, or, I mean, then Spirit says, okay, well, now we need to make you feel even more uncomfortable, because now we want to up the ante so that you actually let go. And then we still don't let go. And then they send us even more energy where things become so much more overwhelming and uncomfortable. And then finally we let go because we're like, this is too much, can't do it anymore. And the universe is like, oh, finally. Well, I was sending all those signs and they weren't doing it. They weren't letting go. And I had to just create even more havoc for my beautiful Cancerians. And now finally they've let go. They listen to the lesson. Okay, so I feel there's some sort of lesson here in particular. Now, also, the majority energy I'm getting here is that it's like the hierarchy within a current workspace is creating a lot of tension, a lot of instability, a lot of uncertainty, and you may feel like you need to take back the power and do something before you feel like they do something. So I feel there may be a lot of office politics and things like that that have been going on and causing a lot of distress. So I feel like you may be thinking, you know what, I'm out. So I feel like you're taking the ownership to take charge and you know, make some big lifestyle changes because of it. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. We've got the Queen of Swords here, and we've got the Empress. So this could be between two people. Doesn't have to be, but it can be because we've got court cards here. But the Empress is you recognizing that you are worth more. Okay, and I feel this is about you. I mean, the Emperor and the Empress there, if you're in a relationship, for example, you may be thinking about partnering up in business with your partner, but it may have caused a lot of tension because two people wanting to be, you know, in a business together come with a lot of ideas. So there could be a lot of like, bickering between ideas and strategy and all like that. It doesn't mean that you don't love each other. It means that actually, you know, both of you care so much about the business, you don't want it to fail, but each one wants to be heard and wants to have that independent spirit where they're like, they want to make their mark in the business. So just be mindful of that. Because we've got the Lovers card and we've got the Emperor here, we do like have an Emperor and an Empress, which tells me that, you know, there is some sort of creative partnership, that it doesn't have to be a marriage, but it can be a creative partnership that is important to you. And I feel it may have been going through some difficulties, but this is about you valuing yourself and having the confidence to achieve whatever it is you set out to do. The Empress has already planted seeds. She's already working on something, growing something to term, something creative. So this is about you having a creative vision, especially if I I'm going to pull one more card from this deck, because if you employ these two cards together as if this is your energy, this means, you know, you've got the creative know-how. You've also got the understanding of how to create something that will be very, very successful, something that will be rewarding and bring a lot of abundance. And the Queen of Swords says you've got the strategy and the planning that goes with it. So you have clarity of purpose. You know what you want to do and you're aligning yourself with that intention and you will achieve it. But strategy or plan is something that is important. And all of your cards seem to point to some sort of planning right now, okay? If this is two people, the Queen of Swords can be that you have come up against someone who is very sharp in their energy, someone who's gone a bit cold, and whether this is a creative partnership that has been cold and you need to release that partnership and you're thinking about building elsewhere in your career, I feel like an honest, open discussion is something that will change everything. But I feel like it's almost like you are letting go of something in order to gain something greater in your career. We'll just clarify one more with this deck. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. We got the Moon card and we got the Magician. You've got the power to be successful, and everything you need is within you, okay? The Magician card tells me that you have everything you need to be successful. Have the confidence to take action, focus your concentration, and you will accomplish whatever it is you set out to do. This is your ability, but it's also your ability to make shrewd moves in your career as long as you take the initiative and keep that focus. No one is able to manipulate you in this situation because you've got the talent, the drive, the intuition, and they're just giving me the word credibility. Okay, so I feel this is about your name, your work ethic. Okay, so if someone's been, you know, trying to backstab you, as it were, at work or anything like that, I feel like your credibility will win. Okay, the Magician card is about bringing ideas to life. So you've got the ideas, you've got the creative sort of boost of energy, and then the Magician, you know, mixes it all up and creates that magic within their world. Thoughts become things. So remember that. Release the fear. Stop thinking about what you could you know, lose out on, and factor that into your plans, of course, but think about what you're set to gain. And the Moon card indicates that there is an opportunity here that you can't even see yet. The Moon is, you know, can be about uncertainty, but it's about using your intuition. The Moon card is a really wonderful card because actually it sort of suggests that there are great opportunities that lie in the shadows. Opportunities that we're not even aware of yet, that the universe is manifesting behind the scenes and bringing it towards us. So I feel you will find the pathway between this, whatever this, there's some sort of, there's been just this, I don't want to say there's this like, it's like some sort of drama that I'm picking up on in this reading that has made you overthink things and be in an analysis paralysis kind of energy, but you will find the way. Look at that. You know, that crustacean there is finding the way, finding the path right through the uncertainty. So you will find your way and you will be successful. You are on the right path is what they're indicating. We're going to go one more. Now, of course, we don't have any pentacles showing up in this reading. Ace of Wands. Okay, I understand. Ace of Wands is in the reverse there. The Hierophant. Okay, so they're indicating it is the fear of rejection, or the fear of, it's the fear of failure that is the only thing that would ever get in your way. Okay, because the Ace of Wands is a rejection card, and we've got the Hierophant, so that's learning about rejection, and we've got the Five of Swords, but it's in the reverse. It's like you can have peace of mind because you're actually doing the rejecting. That's what I feel. I feel like you are learning how to process letting go of things that no longer serve you, to embrace something greater. The Five of Swords is like, if there's been any sabotage, whether it's your own self-sabotage or whether it's been somebody else's, you will overcome that. There will be peace. Okay, the trouble will sort of dissipate, and there will be success. There will be peace of mind, which is the most important. So they're not showing me any financial connections right now. I feel like you're at a big sort of pivotal point in your career where you're thinking about the next step, and then it all kicks off. Actually, if they show me after, I'll ask if they can show me after April, because this is until the 20th of April, and the Eight of Wands tells me that there is some really great news coming towards you that shows a lot of success. But let me just take a peek just after April for you. Can you show me just after April? Okay, so the Seven of Swords indicates, it's in the reverse there, so that indicates a really positive energy of you not running away from problems, you actually sort of like feeling the fear and doing it anyway. Okay, the Seven of Swords is someone who sees feels the fear and just bolts, runs off, does a runner, but I feel like you're sort of facing all of the fears. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. After April, the Ten of Swords, something is coming to an end. The Ten of Swords indicates you are ending a pivotal moment in your career. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides. Now, the Ten of Swords doesn't always have to be like a painful ending or that someone stabbed you in the back. The Ten of Swords can be about, ending something and clearing away for a hopeful new beginning. It's a point of epiphany. It can mean the end of an old way of thinking. If you're always beating yourself up and saying you're not good enough, for example, Cancerians, because we all have those low moments where we feel lack of confidence. And then all of a sudden we get this epiphany where we're like, you know what, why am I doing this? Why am I stopping myself from progressing by telling myself these things? Because the more you tell yourself you are something, you become that something. So, be mindful how you talk to yourself. The universe will provide. They want me to stop there because they're giving me the same message. And when they do that, I have to stop. Because all you're meant to know right now is that the universe is going to be very, very generous and send you out of nowhere an opportunity. It is a creative and financial opportunity. So either this is something that you're already aware of and you're building upon, you're weighing up the potential of you doing this. The universe, when you get a Six of Pentacles, it means an unexpected resource from the universe, a surprise, a gift, okay? And you've got it right at the beginning there, which is the Ace of Wands. So I feel like there is some good karma coming right back to you. And the Judgment card is your final card. Again, they're indicating you're on the right path. Listen to your guides, listen to all the signs that you see. You are in the flow of your life's purpose, and that is prosperity and abundance enough. The money will flow from there. But as long as you're leading with your heart, which you are with the Lover's card, you are going to be on the right path. This card is about your authentic nature, but it's also about your power, your higher power, and your purpose. So I feel like you're searching for that deeper meaning within your career, and I feel that the universe is going to meet you halfway with an opportunity that brings financial reward, but most importantly, it aligns with your heart, your passion, and you are able to creatively express yourself in the way that you want without anyone trying to dull your shine. Okay, so I'll leave it there. I'm just going to get you a Personal Power Oracle deck card. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides. Oh, they just said one. Normally I've been giving people three, but they just want this one. I am sacred. Most important, my beautiful Cancerians, I am sacred. If you think about a temple or I mean, these readings are not meant to be religious, but if you think about any religious temple around the world and you think of yourself as a temple, think about what goes on in those temples, okay? There is a calm, silent kind of nature where we praise or celebrate source. Remember, inside yourself, celebrate yourself. You are your source, and then you have your source, your religion, or whatever it is that you celebrate also, okay? Remember that that is within you, so you are sacred. Have that peace of mind. Don't let anyone live or any situation live rent-free in your head and destroy your confidence. So your body, mind, and soul is that temple. So remember that, okay? And very important, number 11. Number 11 is a soul path number, okay? So you're on the right path. Have peace of mind. You're going to make the right decisions. You know, that Queen of Swords is someone who makes very clear decisions and knows the way, is a visionary, a strategist. So I feel like you're going to make the right decisions for you. And number 11 is also about balance and harmony, because it's the Justice card, that Libran energy. You're being honest with yourself, okay? And you will not make a wrong move. So I'm just going to get you a career. Well, it is a career trinket, I guess, because it's a trinket for your career. Let's see. Thank you so much. Spirit guides, good angels, can you please guide? Okay. Now, I haven't seen the trinket that it is right now, but I will have a look at it in a moment. They're giving me a song. Now, the song is The Final Countdown. That's interesting. So maybe you feel like there's a time limit on something that you're about to do. First of all, you're never too old to start anything. I don't care how old you are. You always have the ability to achieve, and as long as you believe, even if you've got a lot of responsibility, the universe will actually help you if you take the first step. Okay, so just be mindful of that. Now, we've also got the feather. Okay, now the feathers connect to the mind, actually. If you think about the Fool card, which is your first starting outcome card, there is a feather in his cap. Okay, and that means that you are using your your creative know-how, your knowledge, and it's like your ideas are coming to life. You're living your ideas as they come to life. So I feel this is about you creating something really wonderful. Also, it's about peace of mind. I feel like a feather, and I did mention it, perhaps I mentioned it for your sign, or maybe it was Scorpio. It's another water element, I think, about feather being a signifier, okay? And there being 3. It's almost like they form a triangle, but they're separate. So 3 white, pure white feathers you will see on your path over the next 4 to 5 weeks. That's a signifier, a sign from spirit that whatever you're thinking about in that moment regarding your career, you're on the right path, okay? So they almost form a triangle, just so you're like, oh, there's one feather. Oh, there's another. Oh, there's another. What happened here? So they want you to be aware of that, okay? So I'm just going to pop that on the Fool card, okay? Because that's about taking a leap of faith, and you've got everything you need to do that. So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in this reading for you. It seems to be like creative planning and believing in yourself in the next 4 to 5 weeks with whatever decisions you make, because there's 2 choice cards there, but the money will flow from there, okay? If something did resonate in this reading for you, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is very important for me, okay? Thank you so much, my beautiful Cancerians. Love and light.